Alrighty, it's Christmas cookie time and we're making Thumbprint cookies! Woo! And this recipe would easily fit into your paleo diet, if you're of such an inclination, with a few little modifications. So, what are we starting with? We who are not paleo are starting with a rounded third of a cup of margarine or butter or shortening. If you're paleo, you're using coconut oil. I didn't know the cavemen had coconut oil, but that's what you're using. Alrighty, so put your butter / shortening / margarine into the bowl. Boop. To that, we are going to add 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. If you're paleo, you're going to be using your honey or your maple syrup. There we go. Stir that around. Then we're going to add 2 1/4 cups of almond flour, which I have right here. And hopefully I'm going to be able to get that all incorporated into a dough. Hopefully. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story about my almond flour. But first, let me tell you, we're going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Boop. Make sure we don't have that baking soda blob there. There we go. And we're going to add a little splash of vanilla. Alrighty, now, as we're stirring, I'll tell you my story about the Hodgson Mill almond flour that we're using. And why this, for me, is a frugal ingredient. Might not be for you, but for me it is. Alright, so, a while ago, I got a whole bunch of Hodgson Mill muffin mixes free with couponing. I got their corn muffins and their bran muffins. I got a lot of these mixes. And I baked them the way I was supposed to, according to the package directions. And they came out rather awful. Then I tried, because I had so many of them, I tried to doctor them up in lots of different ways to make them more palatable. I added extra sugar. I added honey. I added butter. I added whatever I could think of, cinnamon, to try to make these muffins come out tastier. And they were just yucky and really unpalatable no matter what I did. So I sent an email to the company because I like to be helpful, you know. I'm not trying to spread negativity. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. I'm not trolling Hodgson Mill. I just want to be helpful and leave my feedback and suggestions. And I said, look, I got your muffin mix, and I've tried it every which way, and they're just, like, nasty. And I don't have peculiar taste buds. I really don't. I like chocolate. I like ice cream. I like popcorn, like everybody else. So they wrote back to me and said, thank you so much for your input. Helpful Mama McCormick. And we're going to send you a whole bunch of coupons. And I said, okay, I can get with that, absolutely. So they sent me all these coupons for free Hodgson Mill products. I think maybe 4 coupons for any Hodgson Mill product up to $5, something like that. So I ended up getting 4 bags of this almond flour for free. And that's why I have it, and that's why it's a frugal ingredient to me. For the rest of you who don't have that, well then, that bag of almond meal is going to cost you upward of, I don't know, $4.79, something like that. What can I tell you? But that's the main ingredient in our Thumbprint cookies. And see, it's all come together. Oh, so nicely to form a dough. Roundy shapes, thumb in. You kind of are squeezing a little bit with the rest of your hand as you're putting your thumb in, kind of to keep it from cracking and splitting apart as you go. With a lot of Thumbprint cookies that are moister and have more butter in them and are made with flour, more of a shortbread type dough, you can just put the blob on the cookie tray and press your thumb in. But with these, in order to get them not to crack, you kind of cup it in your hand and press your thumb into the dough while you're exerting a wee bit of pressure on the outside so it doesn't all crack apart, right? So, that's a big one. We'll do that with the rest of our dough. Et voila! Okay, I have 17 cookies here, and they're actually a pretty good size each, I must say. They're not skimpy. You could obviously make more cookies if you make them a little smaller. Now, we are going to fill our Thumbprint cookies with some strawberry jam. The same strawberry jam we use for our kolache cookies. I don't think the paleo people would use your, Kirkland strawberry preserves. You might make some homemade cranberry sauce or cook down some figs and make like a fig spread. That would actually be pretty yum. But you paleo people know what to do with your fruitiness. Make some kind of fruit spread of your own, but I'm not actually paleo, so I am using my Kirkland strawberry jam to fill in the little thumbprints like so. And these are going to bake in our 375 oven for about 15 minutes. And I have to say, I'm pretty excited to try these because I'm thinking, well, almonds are good for you, and it's mostly almonds and just a little bit of delightful brown sugar. So even if you're not doing it paleo like this is just a downright health food as far as cookies go. So you just fill your little holes there. Now I also want to add a new element that I think will be really tasty that is not paleo at all, but just regular, deliciousness for us regular delicious people, and that is Nutella in the little thumbprints! This is also very frugal for me because I got the Nutella free with coupons. So, let's see what that would be like to fill our little thumbprint holes with some Nutella. I've never done this before. This is kind of experimental, so we'll see how Nutella bakes up. I don't know if it's going to boil up and bubble all over the place and make a mess. I don't know. I think one way or the other, though, it can't taste that bad. And there we go. We have some with Nutella and some with strawberry jam. Alright, so we're going in the 375 oven for 8 to 12 minutes. That's going to be good. Alrighty, here's what they look like fresh out of the oven. Interestingly enough, anyway, interesting to me, the Nutella ones did not spread and goop all over the place, but the jam ones did a little bit more. Not that one. That one looks good. But the Nutella pretty much stayed intact in its own little blobs. So, when they first come out of the oven, they're kind of soft and they would fall apart if you tried to pick them up. So, you have to let them cool for a few minutes and then you can try them. Alrighty, here I am with my taste testing elves. Are you guys ready for a cookie?
Yeah.
Alright. You want one with the chocolate on the top? Some of them have jam on the top, and some have chocolate on top. Autumn, would you rather have a jam one? It's actually Nutella. Okay. You want this one?
No.
No. You want this one?
I want that one at the left.
Which one? That one?
Uh-huh.
Okay. There you go. I want to taste one of the jammy ones. Ooh, it's falling apart a little bit still. Alrighty. Jammy, jammy thumbprint. Oh, wow, that was really good. Wow, they're a little crumbly, but that tastes so good.
That's Nutella.
That's Nutella. Dad, you're not even in the picture. You gotta get closer. You want a Nutella one, Daddy?
Yeah.
They're Thumbprint cookies.
Wait, is there more? One with more on it?
Oh my god. Nutella pigs. There's no flour in here. And there are no eggs in here. This is all made with almond flour. Are you trying to wiggle closer to the cookies? Uh-oh. They're crumbling a little bit. Okay, alert, alert. They might crumble. I'm going to eat that off the floor.
Oh my god. This is the best cookie I have ever eaten.
These are really delicious.
Amazing.
Those are so good. What do you think, girls? You haven't even said a word. You're just shoveling them in.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm trying to get another one. Here. Well, no, save it for later. That was a big cookie.
Wow.
Look, I know she looks so sad she wants another. So, what do we think of our Christmas thumbprint and cookies? Thumbs up for the thumbprint. Do. That almond flour is amazing.
The best cookie I've ever eaten.
It doesn't
in
even
my
have that
life.
much sugar in it. It's almond flour and just a little bit of brown sugar.
I think.
Yeah, that was surprisingly amazingly good. You guys, try this. Go out and get your almond flour. Yeah, look at this.
No!
Oh my god, did you take another one too? Oh my god, Nutella everywhere. I swear I'm gonna eat all those little cookies. Daddy, you shove a whole cookie in your mouth? God, we have hardly any left. Oh my god. What bad manners!
That's like addictive. What is that?
Almond flour. Hold your hand underneath, hon.
Oh my god.
I swear I'm gonna eat every crumb off the floor that they drop because it is
You vacuumed, right? You vacuumed before?
Yeah, actually I did.
Okay,
The floor is very clean.
There's something in there that's very good.
Stop! You guys are crazy, Piggy! Oh my god! You're gonna make yourself sick. I think it would be good to add almond flour to any cookie. Substitute some of the flour out, like in chocolate chip cookies. Add some almond flour or oatmeal cookies. That would be so good. These are really delicious. Oh, come on! Stop! You guys, Daddy, let go!
Make a lot of them. That's all I'll tell you.
Oh my goodness. All right, little fat pig family, what do you have to say? Merry Christmas! Oh,
Merry Christmas!
we can't even talk because our mouths are full. Merry Christmas!